so I have already told you how we are going to find the error. Now you can think like this. Let's take again this example, and we have this line. So we have theta 0, theta 1 and our error, and these all values can be changed. So you what you can say is that when the error is low, then theta 0 and theta 1 will have the optimal value, and you cannot have the error 0 always, because in this case there can a 0 error is not possible if we are talking about linear regression. So when the error is low, at its lowest position, our theta 0 and theta 1 is optimal, or you can say is best. Now how can we decide like what is theta 0, theta 1 and error? So let's take only theta 1, ignore theta 0 for right now. So if we draw a graph between error, let's take this is error, and let's take this is as theta 1. So if we'll draw a graph, then this graph will go something like this. Okay, and as you can see here, that the error will decrease, and this is the minimum error that you can get, minimum error. So the error will decrease at this position. Basically, error will decrease when theta 1 will increase. Now you must be thinking that okay, we have the error, we have theta 1 and theta 0, but how we are going to update our theta 0 and theta 1 based on this error? First of all, I will tell you about that, like how we can update our theta 0 and theta 1 based on this error. But first of all, we need to see, or we need to prove this point, that we have this kind of graph when we plot between error and theta 1. So let's talk that first, and after that I'm going to explain you how you can update theta 0 and theta 1 on the basis of error. So now we are going to prove that our graph, that we have the correct graph. So this is the graph that we have. This is error, this is theta 1. So to understand things better, we should have the proof that okay, if we will plot a graph between error and theta 1, then we will have this kind of graph. So let's see that first. And let's take 3 points. So let's take 3 points. So first point 1 1, 2 2 and 3 3. Okay, and let's make a line. Now let's suppose we have this 1 1, 2 2 and 3 3. This is what we have right now. So these are the points. Now as I told you earlier, we have our line equation as y is equal to mx plus c, which we will consider as theta 1 x plus theta 0 and y equal to this. Now let's suppose we are ignoring theta 0 right now, so we will have just this. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to start with theta value as 0. I'm going to start theta value as 0, and what I'm going to do is, let's suppose we have theta as 0, so we have this x. When we will pass 1 here, so y will be 0. Why would y will be 0? Because 1 into 0 is 0. So for x equal to 1, our output, so for x equal to 1, our predicted output would be this. For x equal to 2, again our predicted output would be this, and for x equal to 3, our predicted output will be this. Now if we will find the error, between them, this will be the error. And so if we will find the error is going to be 1 minus 0 square plus 2 minus 0 plus 3 minus 0, and square of all of them, square. So this is going to be 1 plus 4 plus 9, so this is going to be 14. Okay, and 14 divided by 3, so it is going to be something 4 point something. So this is our error for the first time. Now we have this, so let me just also plot the graph similarly. So we have some error, let's round it to 4. So this is our error, this is our theta 1. When theta 1 was 0, when it is 0, our error is here, you can say 4. Our error is here. Okay, now increase the value. I hope that you are getting this. If you are not getting this, then please watch the video twice. I am sure that you will get it. Okay, now let's improve or increase the value of theta 1 by 0.5. Okay, so we have now 0.5, and for that purpose, let me just do this again. So now we have our value theta 1 as 0.5. Okay, so our predicted points will be for 1, let's do this. Yeah, so for 1, our predicted point will be 0.5, so let's take this as our predicted point. And for 2, our predicted point will be 1, so this is going to be 1. And for our for the third point, that is 3, our predicted point is going to be 1.5, like this. So our new line is going to be somewhere here like this. So our new line is going to be like this. Now if you will see, we have increased our theta by 0.5. let's take this is 0.5, and if you will calculate the error here, then that error will be decreased. I am sure you can calculate it by yourself, but that error can be decreased. So you can see that we have this line. Now if you will see, if you will increase the theta, let's take y or let's take this time as theta equal to 1, theta 1 equal to 1. So what it is going to do, it is going to predict our output. So for 1, it is going to predict our output here. For 2, it is going to predict our output here. And for 3, it is going to predict our output here. And this is the perfect line. So for this line, it is our error will be for theta equal to 1. Our error will be 0. So this will be like this. Okay, and now if you will increase the value of theta, then again this line will starts to move towards here, and this error is again going to increase. So now if you will see, as I told you earlier, this is the graph between error and theta 1. So we have proved like, okay, so this is the error, or this is the graph between error and the theta 1, and this is how you can basically, so how error can affect our theta 1 and things like that. Now if we will consider our theta 2 also, or theta 0 also, which we didn't consider last time. So this graph is going to be a 3D graph. So let me make a space for that, because I cannot draw 3D graph here. I am not expert of doing that. So but you have to use your imagination here. So let's take this. This is our error. this is our theta 1, let's take, and this is our theta 0. So what we are going to have, we are going to have a bowl shape structure, like something like this, and this will be a bowl shaped structure, and ultimately what it is going to happen is that it is going to go something like this, and our error is going to reach the minimum. So this is how it is going to work, and the technique that I am using here is called as gradient descent. This is how you are going to decrease your error step by step, and I'm going to explain you in the next video what is exactly gradient descent.